All right, welcome to Soul Spark Tarot. I'm your host, Mr. Renew, and today we're going to have this daily message for you. Um, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that fun old good old stuff. But I do want to give a shout out to our new subscriber, baby. We got 15 subscribers, and my ego wants to be all, I'm only 15, but I really know that I remember when there was 0 3 weeks ago, a month ago. And so I'm grateful that I don't have to conform to do certain things just to get attention. It comes slower, but I think it comes more genuine. So thank you to everybody who's here, who's been here. And without further ado, let's get to yapping. I don't have much to yap about outside the same problems that I've been having. I don't know why, but it's just same old, same old. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, but I got new waves of issues coming, and it's just oh man. Every time I feel like I'm getting up, it brings me back down, but that's okay because, consistent around these towns, around these parts, that's what I'm at least trying to do, but that's just life. The life aspects to living comes with the understanding of things change, and things don't change at the same time. So, I don't know. I just feel like I got to continue to do what I can do. And so, if this is what I can do, well, I'll be doing this as much as I can. I just know that, I just had somebody message me right now showing me some love, asking me how I'm doing. I'll answer that later, I'm sorry. But that's nice. That helps. So that just right there shows me that I'm supported. Doesn't really matter what or when or how I'm going about life. Excuse me. Shows me that there's always some kind of support around. So maybe that'll be a nice little message for us today. Yeah, it was a classmate. She asked me this a week ago, and I just didn't respond because it wasn't very good. So I'm sorry, I'm not one of those kind of people who don't respond if I ain't good. So she asked me if I'm good, and I just told y'all how, that I'm not feeling the greatest and I got some extra stuff going on now. So it's all right, cool. But then should I focus on those things or should I focus on the people who makes me good, makes me happy, who, checks in on me? And it's not that I don't appreciate them. There's a reader, Goddess Energy, and she says all the time how sometimes people. Then she was telling the story about how some people, I think it was her, maybe it was somebody else, but it's all or nothing, And I am that kind of guy. I'm not one to text you and call you. I'm not. Excuse me. Just waking up. I'm not one to text or call. But if we do text or if we do call, I'm gonna give you my whole undivided attention, and then I'm not. So I'm more of a, because I move around and because I'm a person to person kind of person. It helps me understand for the simple fact that I'm very in the present moment, And I was in some comments the other day trying to explain to this young person things that they just don't understand. And it's, to me, they're just coming off as if they're a sixth grader who just never been through eighth grade math. They got little sprinkles and tidbits They got little things they can see, but in reality, you just never done it, so you don't understand what I'm talking about. And so he was talking about how he was working with Kaylin, and he's been working with Kaylin multiple times. And then he was talking about how he's been studying law of attraction for 6 years, and he believes that affirmations don't work. And I don't even think he has the correct understanding of what the word means. To me, as a teacher, you need to understand the vocabulary before anything, and then that vocabulary applied changes as you get older and older. So the first year he was using that vocabulary should not be the same as the 6th year he was using that vocabulary, and he just was not trying to hear it. He could not understand it. He did not have any proof or any evidence to go with what he was saying. I did, though, and I was trying to give it to him, and I was trying to present it to him, and then I was trying to show him where he could find it himself. But again, when people are like that, that's a prime example of resistors. They're just resistance, and resisting the situation, but they're resistance to their own selves. And we all have that. We all have that. And some of us have it consciously, some of us have it unconsciously. I try to make sure that I'm pretty conscious of all of my blockages, and I am for the most part. That's why I'm working on them. But I have things that I've been working on, and I just can't by myself. And sometimes I can't get the help because that's a block in and of itself. So if I had to end this rant or this yap today, I had to end it with the understanding of it's okay to not be complete. It's all right to not be whole. It's okay to not be everything that you think you are, because everybody is always on a growth. We're always growing, whether that's growing up or growing down, exponentially or decaying. There's always a dynamic. And because there's always a dynamic, that means that there's always an opportunity to go all in and change. So, I mean, like right now, I just saw a car driving by with a deck of cards, or it's a van that says, all in, go all in. So, for me, I'm trying to go all in, at least with these cards, at least more so for the fact that, I mean, I see the most change and success with this, and it doesn't make me upset or anything. It's just a beautiful, peaceful state, and I get to help people, and, I get gratitude from the simple fact that there's people who are joining, and that really, really helps me. So if you got things that you're doing in your life, and, it's not giving you what you want out of it, like me constantly getting out here trying to make this fucking money, and it sucks. Because I think I deserve so much more than what I have. I know I do. And I don't have any of those blockages saying that I can't get it. I just don't know what the fuck to do. I just don't know what the fuck to do. I can do so many things. I'm so talented. I've helped so many people. I've created so many things. It's just like, yeah, nice. Cool, and I get that. It's extra shit, and it's like I'm missing my core piece. I don't know what the fuck my core piece is, and I don't know. I like to sing and do shit, but it's not nothing that I want to make a career out of or anything. I just want to be around helping people, man. Feel like a grandpa or something. So I love my grandparents so much. I don't even have them. But those are my grandma and my granddaddy. Those two people, one is my great granddaddy. He's my mom's grandpa. But he's my granddaddy. He was there raising me like his own till he passed. He used to call me Carlo. Carlo. I go running. Ugh. What's up, granddaddy? What you need? I remember I had a dream. I don't know if this is true or not. But I had a dream, and I saw the dream through his eyes. And it was crazy because he was watching me, and it was just saying how amazing I was. And I was in elementary school, and I was playing soccer, which I've never played soccer like officially on a team in elementary school, but he was watching me. It was like I was his boy, and he had trained me, and he loved soccer, and went out there and he watched me play, and I did a move that we practiced or something, and I don't know, it was just so cool to see what I looked like from his eyes, and I had the feeling of like the sunshine, like it was just beautiful, amazing, just watching me. But I was watching myself through his eyes, so I guess this is how parents feel when they see themselves in their kid, and then they can just like be proud just to look with your looking selves, just looking around. But then my grandma, my Granny Lou, this is my father's mother. She was always there for me. She was always willing to teach me, but I was always willing to learn. So I think that's one things. But I have pictures with her at all of my graduations. It's like, except, well, until she passed, you know. And so she's always been there. And I don't know if it was for me, I don't know if it was for my mom, but I just know that she's always been there. And over anybody. And it's funny because I've never felt any of the same animosity or hatred from her as I've done with other family members, especially her daughter Pam. And that's crazy because as a kid, I knew this shit. As a kid, I knew who liked me and who didn't. There are some people who made it obvious and some people who didn't. But I just knew. I knew. And I focused on those people a lot because I wanted those things, you know, like my Auntie Pam. I love all her kids so much, even though she never fucking liked me. Same thing with my other auntie. I had another auntie who loved me so much. She adored me so much, but I didn't really like her kids growing up. They were mean to me. So it's like, oh man, it's just like the mixtures of families and genetics comes crazy within these constellations, but it's just like I always loved all of my family, no matter if they liked me or not. And that's the problem that I ran into. It just wasn't exchanged. So it's really happy. I'm really happy to like have those real thoughts, those real emotions, and those real memories from at least two people I know who's always been there for me, and they continue to be. So this is why my grandma Lou is my screensaver. This is why she's my screensaver, Granny Lou. And I stole this picture, and this, to me, I always look at this picture and be like, she looked like she got a look on her face like, try me if you want to, motherfucker. And that's the same look that my dad has, and the same look I be giving. And so, like, I think I just loved my family way more than they was possibly able to love me, and that's it. Like, even when, like, my dad, I, I got more love for my dad than my mom, even though I still got love for both of them, because at least I knew my dad was a killer. I mean, he was a gangbanger, criminal, and he's always been. So it's like when he's doing criminal acts, it's nothing that I wouldn't expect, you know. And he's a Taurus, so he'll be frank and straight up and blunt, and I like that. That's what energy I'm moving towards. That's funny. The chariot just showed. That's the energy I'm moving towards, you know, as the Scorpio side. But nobody has been able to really understand the Libra side to me, and I think that's been the major issue because I'm always so loving and balanced. But I have a cousin whose birthday is on. I got two cousins who got the same birthday as me. I think three now. I think there's a little one, but again, I don't fuck with my family because again, they told me they didn't fuck with me. They don't like me. They always showed me as a kid, got older, they showed jealousy and envy, and then at the end of the day, they just taught their kids to be similar. So it's like, I'm not trying to be the same old problem, stupid ass niggas. What the fuck? But I digress, man, because I'm not here just to rant. I'm here to give a reading about us. But normally those stories are pretty good because they help us understand our own psyches. This is beautiful energies just keep popping up. So, yeah, man. I don't know what I'm ranting about or yapping about really, but I just know that I'm grateful for the little bit that I have. I'm grateful for the things that I don't have. No, I wish I had more. Again, with that, I should probably wish I had less because, again, Charmin says less is more. But I'm okay. I'm okay. But even though problems are coming, I'm okay. So there's problems around. There's obviously solutions around. So I just don't really know what to do else. I don't know what else to do with myself, I guess. That's really, I guess, my problem. I just don't know what more. What more can I do? I mean, I meditate every day. I pray. I've been doing cards every day. I try to get out and make money every day. I try to tell people about my products and my books that can help them every day. And it's like, I don't know. People don't want help. They don't really want to help. They just want to, I don't know. It's like a kid who just wants to pass the class because they told they got to. And I don't like that, man. I try to encourage and engage and inspire people to want the things that you're doing. If you don't want the things that you're doing, don't do them. So if you don't want to do your homework, have a really good reason as to why you don't. Don't make up an excuse. I've only had one kid give me one good reason why he doesn't want to do homework. One kid. Annabelle. If you ever see this, Annabelle, boy, I'm always thinking about you, man. Always. The smartest kid I ever fucking known. Ever. Ever. And the only reason why he wasn't the valedictorian is because he didn't give a fuck, bro. He was so naturally smart. Oh my God. He was so smart that, there's nothing I could do. So I just was like, fuck it. Annabelle, I already understand you. Guess what? Give me this and I'll give you that. And so he he would not do his homework. He just refused to do his homework. It was just beneath him. All right, cool. But he would take his test and get all A's. Oh, all right, cool. So I would have to I would have to teach him on some different shit. Hey, sometimes you just got to do certain things just to give it a attempt. So I would reduce his homework from 20 problems to 10 kind of thing. Why? Just so I can prove and show to the principals, administrators, and then blah, 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 that he did do some work. But his mom was great. She was super supportive. He had a wonderful family. He was always trying. Everything that he was doing was great. He was a good person. He was funny. He just was a good guy who just didn't want to do homework. So how can I fault all 99% of them? And I was a hard teacher, bro. I was not an easy teacher. So the fact that I just didn't care about the homework, but my tests and quizzes mattered more, and projects, all the things that made you think, not mindless homework. Yeah, I would give 150 vocab, 150 question vocabs. This is 8th grade, bro. Vocab questions or tests mixed completely because I had an integrated classroom. And guess what? That nigga would get 154 out of 150. He will get 100% on all the tests, bro. Everything. And then the extra credit. So it just showed me so much joy. And they got a little rites of passage thing in his religion. And I showed up and that just blew him away. It's like, ain't no way you really showed up, Mr. Henson. What you doing here? And then he had his cousin Luis, and he was there. They was like, oh, what? Oh, man, what? And then there was a couple other students around who was in the same conglomerate, the congregation, and it was just like, oh, man. For me, that's a really good memory still, but it just blows my mind that, like, he should be graduating. He should be going to college now. He should be out of high school now. And I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember the little baby faces, and they probably got grown faces now, especially Luis. And Luis, I had to give him so much encouragement because he was one who didn't really have all the support at the crib, bro. You know, and Annabelle is his cousin, and he did what he could with him, but then he was a soccer player, and I convinced him to come out for flag football. And man, oh man, he was the game changer. It was crazy because he didn't have a fucking clue. He didn't have a clue what was going on, but he knew go that way, catch the ball, and run. So like, man, it's just, I know that really helped them out, you know. And this right now, I feel like this, but I feel like this story is helping me feel like this. But it just, those moments make me so happy. And that's why, like, I even try to do the things that I do. I tell y'all, I like to meet strangers and go place to place so I can make happy memories. But it's not like I'm injecting a happy memory. I'm just being myself. And just like I met with my 2 friends or my 3 friends at Caesar's Palace, you know, that was great because I had something that they needed. And for me, the interaction is what I needed. I just need to be around good, genuine people. But like, I'm always around people. So when I'm giving, I'm realizing that like, I don't value what I'm giving to them enough, and I'm not supposed to. It's up to them to value, just like it was up to me to value that invitation to go to his thing. And I went, and guess what? His mom was so happy, and then the other kids at the school was like, what the fuck is Mr. Henson doing here? And, and then the parents saw, and his mom, yeah, she loved me so much. She loved everybody. She loved the fact that people were taking care of her baby. And, you know, she would bring me food, and I just clearly remember their smiles, man, and they're imprinted in my heart and my mind, and I'm just super grateful. So, like, I guess if I had to end this yap session, if you feeling overburdened, and if you feel washed down and weighed down by life, I am too. But go tell a story, man, just like I just did, because I feel so much better, and I feel better. Do I still got my problems? Yeah. But I got a smile on my face right now, and I got endorphins flowing through my brain. And, you know, I'm thinking about the hugs of all those 3 people. Those are the last real human interactions I had. But I just feel good. So thank you all, people, for joining in and being here with me. You make me feel good just being here. I want to hear your words. I want to read them, but if not, I'll have memories, you know, so, yeah. Without that being said, let's get started on this reading. That was like 15 minutes or so, I don't know, but I feel so much better. So, yeah, let's get going. What's our overall energy for today? I already prayed over the cards. Let me cut them. All right, let's go all in on these cards, baby, like we said. But so it's a deep week. I realized that this Sunday is a Capricorn full moon, which is probably why a lot of these things have been happening. If I had to give yourself or give me myself a little update on what is happening prior, I knew the depths is the key indication. And so because I have a Capricorn moon, and I've been really, really like working on being in tune with my moon sign. I mean, I almost vibe with that more than anything. Um, the energies that I haven't, or that I can disclose to you that I've been experiencing has been what has occurred last week. So after meeting those three wonderful people, I went and then almost got arrested, right? For like, animal cruelty is what they say. And so because of that, what that shows me is that when you're up, something could come and try to knock you down. And that didn't, I even told all the officers, I'm like, I'm not going to let this like, I'm not going to allow myself to say this is a bad day or regret anything. I don't regret anything. I'm not going to change any of the fact that I just spent 3 hours helping wonderful people and wonderful people helping me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make any negativity from this. Fuck it. It's just happening as it is. And I can't stop and I can't control it. Major arcana. Forget about it. And so that was really good for me because I still appreciate that energy and I don't have harbor any negative feelings about it. And so yesterday, as I'm doing my thing, it was a struggle. It was a stressful struggle all day while I'm driving, trying to do my thing. And it's just like all the batches that I'm getting are taking me far places. They're like I'm working 2 and 3 hours, for like $10 when it's normally like 22 kind of thing. It's like everything was so slow and retarded. And so because of that, I had to like just make sure I hit my quota, even though I didn't want to. And then the last batch I did was like $40. I'm like, okay, cool. But it was for 3 people. And I'm like, God, I gotta shop 2 carts worth of fucking groceries, right? For 3 people right now. And then people weren't communicating, didn't have the products. It's just such a resistant state. And then woke up this morning, thought I had canceled something, did not. I'm like, the little money I do got is taking over some shit that I didn't need over a month ago. It's just like all of these things is piling up, but then at the same time, what else do I got? And so as I'm driving, I'm feeling good, and then boom, a little thought slip in my mind. Oh, car accident. Oh, pop tire. Just little things creep up. And then for me, because I've been doing all the Reiki healing and the healing and beyond, again, he always talks about how he's pulling things out of our chakra, out of our mind, out of our subconscious. He's pulling it out. And so whenever that thought crossed my mind, I said, that's not me. You already been pulled out. And I do that action. And that helped. That helps. And so I think to sum that back up, that is what the subconscious is doing for me, but that's just because of my Capricorn moon. So whatever the Capricorn full moon is doing for you, look at your moon sign. If you don't know your moon sign, look at your heart and look at the soft thoughts in your head. The soft, quiet thoughts in your head. Because there's 2 versions of that. Think of it as the fearful energy inside out. The fear emotion. But that's the soft one who comes in and says, oh, this might happen. Something bad might happen. It's not bad. It's just concerned. And it's being aware. And then guess what? If you watch Inside Out 2, you look at anxiety. And she is always trying to prepare and plan for all of those things not to occur. So her anxiety and fear were working together. And so for me, because it's a moon sign thing, it's subtle. So I might just feel as if something needs to happen. So I might overly prepare myself for something like that happening. Because I overly might prepare, right, in my physical world, that might be the problem, right? Again, just like in that movie, the problem was anxiety could not see beyond her own self because she was always projecting into the future. So, same thing here. Instead of projecting what I need in the future, maybe we need to start to project what we need right now. And right now, I needed to yap. I needed somebody. I don't have anybody still, But then I woke up and the first thing I saw after I, cut off my Reiki, there's a new subscriber. So thank you and welcome. I try to subscribe right back to you guys just like I do on Instagram and everywhere else. If you follow me, I'm going to follow you. This is a team, man. We got to treat each other as if we are a team. We got to support each other in the best ways that we can, in the only ways that we can sometimes. We just got to do it, bro. Because just like those kids who didn't want me as their teacher, they had friends who fucked with me. So they got fucking good memories of me, even if they didn't like me or want me. So that's it, man. Just like those people who watched me interact for those hours, okay, at Caesar's Palace, just like that, they got benefit too. I don't know what we look like, but we probably look like we were super engaged, having fun, and just knew each other for the longest. Miss Pam, Miss Adam, and Mr. Adam, and Mr. Brent. Those three, we just chilling, man, for hours. And it looked like we was probably the best of friends. But again, that creates a wonderful memory for these other people. So, I think we added on to the rant. So, or the yacht. But, all right, let's get going. Okay. What is the overall energy for today? Yeah, let those fears pop up and then let them go. Let them go with love. Hey, that's not mine. Hey, that's mine, but that's not right now. We don't need that. Just coax yourself into understanding. So, all right, start the reading. Okay, what's our overall energy for today? Our overall energy for today. Tower wanted to jump. 10 of Potions came out though. So we got the 10 of Potions. Let's start off with the Emperor at the bottom. So if you don't know, now you know. Bottom of the deck is the root chakra. This is your crown chakra. This is what has been rooted already in us. And then this is what has been downloaded. So we got to take this energy and root it down. And then as we root it down throughout each perception, got 7 chakras, 7 perceptions, then you can fully see all of this 10. So for us, we're probably reaching a point to where we can see all the love and beauty and wonderfulness, the joy, the satisfaction, the family, the roots, all of that stuff has been rooted into our Emperor energy and the King of Potions. So to me, this is great. The King of Potions with the 10 of Potions, as the Emperor says, we finally reached the level of maturity. So, boom, let's look at this. So I got a message right now, and then somebody is saying that they did not get an order from yesterday. That's crazy. Again, I'm trying to ground myself in the situation. I just want to read it. They said that they didn't get an order, and I don't understand. I'm just going to instantly dispute. But I don't understand why this could be said, considering I don't have anything in my car. I don't have anything. And if I did have something, I literally asked the person, I said, yo, your landmark on what it's showing me on our map is not the address that it's given. Are you sure this is the address? Yeah. So I took the picture and I did it. So, yeah, we'll figure that out later. But that shows me again. That shows me something. What does it show me? It's a little problem. It was from yesterday. I verified, did as much as I could to make sure everything is perfect always. And guess what? I was already explaining how yesterday was a rough day, and it's trying to bleed into today. I don't care. I'm going to put a boundary up on yesterday, and I'm going to start brand new today because we're not even focused on those things. I mean, even yesterday, somebody said that they missed an item just to fucking complain, just to turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry, and then have to go back and uncomplain. It's not me. That's what I'm realizing, bro. Like, it's just where I'm at. And maybe that's the same with you. And so for us, we're at a position to where there's going to be things in the household that happens. Kids aren't going to clean up all the time. Sometimes there's going to be dishes when you don't want to wash dishes. Sometimes you might want to go eat Taco Bell and your spouse want to go eat KFC. Whatever. There's always going to be something inside of this 10 of cups, which to me is the ace of cups. But in this cup here, in these 10 shared cups, there's always going to be an example of all the previous cups. So there's always going to be some heartbreak, or there's some 3 of cups, there's always going to be a 5 of cups, there's always going to be walking away, the 8 of cups, there's always going to be something. So what do we do? What do we do? Again, because if somebody's going to say they didn't get the order and I don't have any orders, are they going to take accountability? So let's see what else. That's what the emperor does. The emperor takes accountability. They're in control. So for me, I already see everything from a controlled point of view. That's where my roots are coming from. That's why I'm so efficient and effective with everything that I do. And when I'm not doing something right, it's normally on somebody else's end. Yesterday, I delivered everything, 100%. But when you don't allow yourself to have the backup plans, like meet me, like tell me to meet you, but then say leave that shit at the door, you are setting yourself up for your own mistakes. Unlike Annabelle, who knew why he didn't want to do the homework, and he knew why he shouldn't do the homework. He paid attention in class well enough to where he can just answer everything because I taught well and he listened well and he was smart. So it came together to where it's like, well, homework is a waste of my time. And it is. It's not very beneficial if you pay attention in the class. You get it in the classroom. So for me, again, it's just a simple understanding of what do I do next? Well, for me, I'm trying to move to something. Move to a place that helps me better, and today, so far, is the cards. What else do we have to go along with this 10 of potions? And there you go. So we got the 6 of presents and the Hierophant. To me, this is saying that there's something of the past that is being balanced out, and we're calling it out. And so I think that's what I'm doing with these Yap stories. I'm able to call out the presence that I was given in the past, the balance that I was providing in a state where I was not very balanced, and then compare that to now to where I'm absolutely sure of myself, in which I know, like, I would be freaking out about that if this is 5 years ago. Now, whatever. You file a complaint, I'm going to file a complaint, because most of those people do not know how to communicate. I have really good ratings. More is going to be more good things happening than bad things. So if this one thing happens, cool. Fuck it. 99% is great. I've never been a 100%er anyway. And then we get the Empress. So this coming out like this and exactly like that, it's like crossing, right? In the typical I forgot what it's called right now. The Celtic cross, right? That's what that looks like. But for me, when a card comes out like this, it is rotational. And so what I feel like is happening is we're taking our cultivated feminine energy and we're learning how to master that energy just like we've already mastered our masculine. I know how to take action on doing stuff, but I just received a message that was pretty negative, right? Again, telling you how yesterday was already rough. But how am I going to respond? Well, I'm going to be more loving. I'm going to tell happy stories. I'm going to make sure that I'm putting myself together, having victory. Reluctant to do it back in the day, but now I'm pretty good with it. And that's the cool thing about it. I can be reluctant, but at the same time, I can still be doing it. And so I'm not reluctant. I'm not. So I'm choosing to be here opposed to out trying to do it right now. And so that to me is showing that I'm caring about the feminine side of me. It's receiving certain things, and my masculine side is already going to support it. What can I do? I'm just going to dispute their dispute. That's it. And I'm going to let Instacart deal with it. Because if there is a problem, they can see my chats, they can see the addresses, they can see it all. And guess what? They can ask me specifically because I keep notes. I got to keep receipts, literally. So I don't understand. I'm not going to deal with it. And that's what I think that this feminine energy is doing. I don't need to understand everything to receive it. That's just a man's point of view. So I'm assuming that women, when they say women's intuition, I'm assuming it's they have a whole bunch of feelings just in them and around them, whether they understand them or not. But they don't care if to understand them. I feel it, I got it, I got you. And that's correlating directly with this 10 of potions. I got them all, but I don't need to know where it's coming from. Again, a mother having 6 kids, right? She doesn't need to know where the tension is coming from. She's going to go shut it all down kind of thing. Whereas I've been in a situation where I pretend to be a dad kind of thing for people, and I had to shut it all down too. But for me, everybody was in trouble because we shouldn't be treating each other like this. We're family. So I'm looking at this as learning to receive and accept certain things and knowing what is inside my control and outside of my control from a reception point of view. But then again, you got to see it over here, over here, over here, over here. Let me read this for you. The Hierophant is the teacher and leader who values traditions, rules, and order just as much as the mayor of Halloween Town. So again, I have my structures. I'm a 5-star rating most of the time, bro, except for 2, and now this 1. I got 2 4-stars. That's it. And then I got this 1 whatever it's going to be because they said they didn't get their order. But guess what? People scam all the time. Do you see how my mind is helping my emotions? Again, this is I'm justifying all the reasons as to why we did good. I'm justifying all the reasons why these things are okay. Why? Because I am in order. I am structured. I'm in a position, in a place to where I know I do things in a fashion that can be copied. A standard operating procedure is what we call it, SOP. So I know these customers aren't fucking thinking it like this. Because of that, again, I know myself well enough. So it says, do you have a trusted mentor in your life? Whether you are an elected official like the mayor or a teacher, community leader, spiritual counselor, look to them for guidance. Even if you don't agree with all of their ideas and processes, learning from them will help you form your own opinions on how to manage your life. So, to me, that is of the past and of the future. Maybe this is a person, maybe this is you, but whatever it is, whoever it is, bringing up things of the past for the future. This is a management thing. How is it being managed? Well, it's been managed through the Empress. The Empress is a maternal, nurturing figure who enjoys self-indulgence and life's creative comforts. Our Empress is the coarse mom who was often seen leading her children on a leash. Come on. Kind of like a 2nd grade teacher, 1st grade teacher. I just thought about this. I feel like I know which person this was. Is my last person who did not come out, who said, do not ring the doorbell, do not fucking knock on my door, just drop the stuff and leave. It's that kind of energy. Then I just had a lady who was already talking like sometimes the rich, more affluent people, they're snooty and be bitches pretty much. This is when I was in the store. And I'm like, well, I don't really see people like that. I see people as they got it or they don't. They're nice or they're not, just it is what it is at the moment. I think it's them because again, I took the picture. It was late. It was nighttime. You didn't want any interaction. You said leave it at your door. Somebody probably took that shit. That's why we take pictures and put it in there though. So for me, I'm not worried. I'm going to nurture parts of me that it can be okay. But then I do need a counselor. I do need a mentor. I've been doing this for myself and for others for a long time. I would like help. I would like a team. I would like a loving, caring, nurturing person, considering my mom really wasn't. My grandmother was. So what I'm saying is that I am seeing all of these things proliferate within my own life right now. And it's a little deep, but the issue is that's because these depths are supposed to be rising to the surface due to my Capricorn moon. You might not have a Capricorn moon. You might have Capricorn in other places. Even if you don't have a planet in that house, you have to understand where it's located. And if you don't understand it, in general, it's your status. So for me, my status as a person is being pulled to the surface. And what I've seen is I'm a human. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I try to work hard and overcompensate for my mistakes that are potentially could be made. When in reality, I'm a 98 percenter. 98% of the time, I'm on my shit. And what grade is a 98? That's an A. So there's a part of me, the Capricorn side, that wants to keep pushing, pushing, pushing. But if I push to 100%, do you think that that body is still going to want to push, push, push? Probably. So not every quiz has extra credit. So I'm starting to really appreciate how, again, in my own classes, sometimes I'm okay with a C. I just want to get it done and go. Other times it's like I want to push for my A. Most of the time I strive for my A. I don't care if I get a 90%. If I get the A, I got the A. In graduate school, we do count A minuses and A pluses. Some probably for you in some other places, but at the end of the day, I strive for the A and I accept what I can get with the circumstances that I have. And so I can accept that somebody can claim this on me. I can accept that because everybody else has not. So does that deter me from wanting to do that a little bit today? Yeah, I might sit here and make a few more readings. Cool. But that adjustment is the key. And I think this is what this nurturing energy is telling us to do. It literally says, I got to read both of them. I'm going to read the up and the down, the upright and reverse because it's horizontal. So you got to take half and half, both definitions, and apply it in multiple ways. This is a call for compassion. Being patient and kind with yourself and others will get you further than any other approach. Now is a great time to nurture and indulge your creative impulses, and staying grateful will help you keep a positive, healthy outlook. Again, as I think, there's only 2 people who did not meet me yesterday. Everybody else met me. So of the 2 people, the very last order, right? And then the one where I contacted them and they verified that this is their address. One has a chat message, the other one did not respond whatsoever. But it didn't even have an issue on the map. So for me, somebody is trying to make a scam. Are you being too hard on yourself? You may have been feeling self-critical. Exactly. I've been avoiding it. I'm not criticizing myself for somebody else's mistake or maybe my own. If I'm fucked up, I fucked up. Whatever. The idea is, what did you do to help? What did you do to support? Especially if you don't even communicate. That's your fault. Especially when you use a guest account. That's not my fault. Again, it's a guest account. Disputing charges. These are people who want free shit. You may have been feeling self-critical lately, but beating yourself about perceived failures and flaws won't help. Be patient and give yourself room to grow is what I used to say in the classroom, but really give yourself room to make mistakes. They're learning opportunities. Yeah, my 4th grade class, because they were babies, my number 1 rule was help yourself. Number 2 rule was give yourself time to grow. Number 3 rule was it's okay to make mistakes. Number 4 was give yourself time to grow through your mistakes. You have to know all those 4 things. Number 5, if I did my homework or if I'm done, I got free time. Always. So I encourage my kids, hey, make sure you get your shit done. Even though I was a hard teacher and we did a bunch. But if you ever got it done, like I had some smart kids who just get the papers and just blow through them. All right, cool, you done? Well, just do whatever you want quietly. It just wasn't a problem to me because, again, I understood the dynamic. So I had the strength, like I have the strength now, And I'm going to have the strength, and I hope you have the strength too. What else? So, we got the 8 of Potions, which normally means walking away from emotions, paired with what? Wow. The High Priestess in the Tower. So, I'm walking away towards the High Priestess, which is bringing towers. So, I think this energy is an example of what I'm saying. I have the intuitive download. It was one of those 2 people. One was a guest account anyway. So, for me, I'm not going to stress. I'm going to walk away from the stressors, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring a tower moment. I'm going to re-complain back to these people. So, again, I'm not going to sit there and just, oh, woe was me. I'm going to learn from the situation, which I'm already doing, but more so, I'm not going to let myself get beat down. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up. And guess what? If they're going to be ghosts, like I always said, if they're going to be arguing, complaining from behind the scenes, I got the strength to stand up and complain in front of the scenes too. So I can do both. Can you? And most of the time they can't. Challenge your challenges and they flee. Boom. And so as that happens, you'll move out of stagnation. Instead of in the 6, you're in the 8. And in this card, the 6 and the 8, they're very similar. The 6 of Wands normally looks like you're smooth, or say Wands, I'm sorry. The 6 of Swords normally looks like you're heading towards smooth passage. But in this 6 of Swords, or the 6 of Needles, you're reluctantly putting yourself back together. You're grieving still. Here, the 8 of Needles, you're happily doing that. Oh, I've been there, done it. It ain't nothing to me. What? Broke my arm? Whatever. All right, let's keep it pushing. And that's what the energy I'm at today. And I think that kind of ties back into the Yap session when I was talking about the full moon. The subconscious is always going to come up, and if you got negative parts in your subconscious, it's going to look to find the problems. It's going to look to prepare to save you from those problems, the anxiety and the fear. They're looking to remind you of those things of the past, but that ego doesn't understand that it is okay. That ego doesn't understand that we got this. You have to hit that ego directly and say, no, we good, bro. Just like I did with this. Again, you still understanding that you're in a stuck space. Still got the problems. Still got the hit on my account. But the idea is, do I give a fuck? No. If I do 100 more orders and I get all 5 stars, will I really give a fuck about this one? No. This is the idea of continuation. This is the idea of sales, going door to door and playing the numbers game. This is the idea of consistency in anything that you do. Because as you continue to do it, the time passes. And as the time passes, the space passes. And as you pass time, you grow space. In other words, it gets bigger and bigger as you look into your rearview mirror as you drive away. You have to see these things. And boom, now we get to the 7 of Cups. And that's perfect because don't we see differences in people, emotions, and things, objects? This is normally the card of deception for most people. For me, it's not. It's just newness. Everything is its own thing. And sometimes if I'm a scientist and I'm in a new spot, I might be wild and odd. Wow, look at all of these different things around me. Look at all of these different things around me. What are these things? How do I use these things? Where do these things come from? What happens? What is going on? So the cool thing about this is that all of these different potions have something different in there, but it's something new for us to explore. How is this battery dying? Sorry, I gotta check. I'm gonna finish this, so. All right. Let me get 2 more messages and then we'll finish. So perfect. So this falling over the tower says that we're going to be stepping into our new responsibilities, and maybe you're going to be surprised with new responsibilities that you're happy about. Maybe you got new responsibilities that you got to juggle between. But this 10 of Wands says that we are in a responsibility phase, and it's heading towards something. And so because it's heading towards something, again, I like to always see this 10 of candles as the ace. Don't look at it as an individual candle burning super bright. It's a candle holder. Hold it from the base. Hold this from the base, and now these other candles or areas don't have to shine as bright. You don't have to burn all your fuel up. Just hold the bottom, and now all of these will illuminate and create more light. Because they're dimmer, they're going to expand further, opposed to the one bright shining light, which immediately illuminates you and your immediate environment. What else? And the Emperor came back out. So we got the Emperor and the Empress. So maybe somebody's going to come and help you. Maybe somebody's going to come mentor you. Maybe you're going to be looking at mentoring yourself. But there is balance being had here between your divine masculine energy within you and your divine feminine energy within you. How I see the Emperor and Empress is not like everybody else. Disclaimer. This emperor is all the kings and all the queens in one. It's all 8 of those features of a person. Then all 8 of those features come together in all 4 of those modalities, and then they are personified as a masculine form. If you can do it for the male side, you can do it for the female side. So the Empress is all of the kings and all of the queens personified as the feminine principle. Again, there's only 2. So why do you have all of these little derivatives? Because those are elementals. Ever seen the movie Element? Go watch that shit. They have to tell you, they have to disclose everything in this world metacognitively, or excuse me, metaphysically. So they do it in plain sight, movies, entertainment. So again, they're telling you real life stuff, but I'm telling you what the real life is. And the real life comes down to you can't have one male be made up of all males. That's impossible. You can't have a female made up of all females. That's impossible. It takes a male and a female to make a male or a female. So guess what? I don't care if you change outside of that. That's elemental to me. The elements are constantly being changed. The fluid. Just look at lava. That's why I like this in-between cusp energy that I have. I'm a cusper. I'm a air cusper. I'm a cusp on the air and the water sign. Mutable or initiating air, right? That is the Libra, like the beginning of a gust of wind. And then I have water, earth, or water fixed. But what kind of water is this? Scorpio depths, deep, dark ocean. So when you get a start of a gust mixed with deep, deep water, people call that steam. People call that hurricane. People call that tsunami energy. And that makes sense when you see it like that. But knowing that it's those 2 elements being combined together, that is what we got to start to see. If you got fire with movable earth, that's lava. Fire with unmovable earth, that's coal. So you got to see that the elements are always combining, bro. We can always see it. But the foundational principle is masculine and feminine. And both females have masculine and feminine. And both males have masculine and feminine. It's available for all of us to see. So the mutable side to me is like looking at elementary kids play. Doesn't matter. But then when you get to the foundation, we're at the professional, graduate, doctorate level. Postdoctorate, above at the highest level. Granddaddy, grandmommy energy. Grandparents, like I first started off. So the fact that we got the double at the bottom, what else does this come from? Movement. So to me, again, I have a Capricorn moon. This is the Chariot card. My moon is in, when I was born, my moon sign was in my 4th house, or my Chariot house, my root house. So for me, this doesn't tell me that there's a devil there. What it's telling me is the devil is moving out. Those subconscious, small negative thoughts are leaving me. Those things are not those things that will come in and damage me or my day or my mood, just like somebody complaining saying that they didn't get their shit. I didn't steal nobody's shit. Guess what? That devil will make me question and make me stress. When I woke up this morning, I saw a payment pending off of something that I, again, should have been canceled a long time ago. I thought I sent the email, but I guess I didn't. Time came around, pulled my money, $30. I'm like, I need that shit. Guess what? That would be just 2 book sales for me out of the countless books that I have written. So I'm not seeing it as, oh, it's a good thing that the money came out. I just see an opportunity to move towards, to recompensate myself. And guess what? I've destroyed that devil energy, and now I can see how to utilize that energy. I'm going to dispute back. That's an easy thing to do. If you're going to bring your devil energy out, I'm going to move my devil energy into the right location. The north, this is my north node as well, my 4th house. So the fact that these things are here and they're available for me, I'm trying to show you how these things can be made available to you. Again, we're going to take our energies and then we're going to move our energies into the right spot, the right mindset, and utilize the right energies while we're in that space. So let me grab the Thoth deck, clarify with the Thoth deck. Tarot on the tarot, man, crazy. And I'll read this. Then I'll do another one. Let this charge up, and then I'll start doing some other shit. There's some kids somewhere. My microphone is picking up some sounds. I don't see no kids, but there's an apartment behind me in the far reaches. Okay, what's our final message for today, for this reading? What's our final message? I'm seeing beautiful cards again. All of these cards are beautiful for me. Even the dangerous cards are scary, but they're beautifully scary. Dangerous cards. Yeah, some cards are scary, bro. They refer to scary moments in life, but that doesn't make you or break you. What's our final message? Something is moving. Something dealing with movement. Moving towards the highest. Again, I want to look at this. The tower moment is here on this crescent moon. So you've been doing something for a while, taking on new responsibilities for a while, and then this full moon, I think you're moving towards the northern side. So, or the higher level, higher side. So let's see. What is our final message? It's our final message. We got the art card. Temperance again. So we've been tempering disappointment, right? Or trying to create some art from the disappointment. Look at this. I got all of these cups. I got all of these projects. I got all of these avenues to help people. Nobody want the help. I got all of these great projects and homework assignments. Nobody want to do them. I got all of these great things, all of these great meals to cook for you. Nobody want to eat them. All of these great stories to tell. Nobody want to listen. Disappointment, right? With the Prince of Cups, even better. Look, again, nobody is valuing your efforts. That's what I'm feeling. They don't care. They only selfish, caring about themselves. But we got the Trump card. We got art. Let's see. Again, because these things are deep, I want to read all 3 of these so you can really try to get a deep understanding. Let me bring it a little closer for you. Okay. This is the the combination of forces, realization, action based on accurate calculation, economy, management, success after elaborate maneuvers, escape. We're escaping this disappointment. We're escaping that devil again that holds us back and keeps us in this chariot mode. We're moving away from those things with calculated actions, tempered actions, managed actions. Okay, here's a longer definition. Art. Formerly called temperance, the highest achievement of alchemy was the effecting of change, the transmuting of objects, qualities, color, and so on into their opposites. Again, that is all the feminine queens, all the masculine kings coming together to make one emperor or one empress. Again, that it must be understood because water and air, those are two separate modalities. Water is feminine, air is masculine. And they come together to make a hurricane inside of me, right? So that's the idea. There's a higher level to it. Thus, in this card, the red lion has become white. The red lion has become white, and the white eagle has become red. It's crazy. In the main figure, the black and the white personages, which were the lovers in card 6, are now interchanged and fused into a androgynous figure. This is the consummation of the royal marriage. The rainbow symbolizes another stage in the alchemical process. Gotta hurry up. An alchemical process by the aura of the many colored lights rising out of its putrefaction. Putrefaction itself is shown by the raven perched on a scale on the cauldron. The consummation of the whole art of alchemy is proclaimed in the glory of its inscription. Visiste in Terie, rectificando, in vienes, occultum lapidam. The counsel to visit the interior of the earth is a recapitulation on a higher plane of the first formula of the work, 3 Pentacles. The important word is rectificando. It implies the right leading of the new living substance in the path of the true will. In other words, we have an opportunity now to take things of the past and transmute them into a new. That is literally what I've been doing all of my life. You can read it in Remember Yo Spark, book number 2. But that is everything that I've been trying to teach, even down to second graders, man. I've been trying to teach these babies how to change because they're already changing. So how can I teach you how to change? By preparing you for the changes at hand. All right, the last definition. Again, there's one more. I told you that should be deep. Let me get to the last one. Okay. Here's the most common or more general, the more typical understanding, okay? The more surface level. Art, temperance, Sagittarius energy. The word is match. Samech. This is the second alchemical card in which the lovers are united in an androgynous figure. The prince becoming white and the princess becoming black. The red lion white and the white eagle red. And the cup is lighting the torch. Cups don't have fire. Cups pour water. Why would it ignite anything? It's opposites. There is a crucible engraved with a raven standing on a skull, which holds the seething elements whose iridescent bubbles are reflected by the rainbow overhead. All of these typify the destruction of two elements and the birth of a third. Ah, I got a baby. Well, I used to not have a baby. So I was a single independent man. She was a single independent woman. And now we're parents. Not single, not childless. All of that was destroyed to birth something new called a kid, as well as the status of a parent now. Mom and a dad. All of these typify the destruction of two elements at the birth of a third. The inscription on the rainbow is the alchemical mandate. Visita interiora tierra rectificando in vienes otaconum lapidam. That's Latin. Let me see if I can find that translation for y'all. Give me one sec. Okay, give me one second. I'm going to put this in. Vista means seen. Internal view, vista interiore. I'm glad I'm revealing this message. Rectifying the interior view of the earth, you will find a hidden stone. Oh, snap.
Interiora terra rectificando in venis occultem lapidem.
Rectifying the interior view of the earth, you will find a hidden stone.
Flip the world inside out, you'll find a hidden stone. I appreciate you guys. In other words, take the outside world, put it on the inside, put the inside world on the outside, and see what happens. If somebody's going to dispute against you, dispute against them, see what happens. All right, people. Appreciate you for being here. Peace.